When asked, "What is music?" people will give various replies. Some will try to be scientific and say that music is a succession of sound waves, but that is also the result of scratching a blackboard with the fingernails, which most people would not describe as music. The making of music is not restricted to human beings. Many animals, such as whales and birds, appear to use music as a means of communication. Natural music was utilized by the French composer, Olivier Messiaen, who used to go out into the countryside to transcribe birdsong, which he incorporated almost note for note into his orchestral and piano music. The American composer John Cage believed that the mechanical background sounds of everyday life could be described as music, and other composers have written works requiring all kinds of everyday objects to be used as musical instruments. Perhaps an easier question would be, what is not music? Though the answers would be just as varied. To some, the sounds made by a heavy metal rock band constitute music, while to others they are just highly amplified noise. Rock music of the 1950s and 60s, such as the songs of Buddy Holly, Jerry Lee Lewis, the Beatles, or the Rolling Stones, was adored by its teenage fans, but dismissed as unbearable noise by many of their parents. Many of Berlioz's contemporaries harked back to the good old days of Bach, while many early 20th century music lovers were none too impressed when confronted with the groundbreaking compositions of Stravinsky. When Ander Previn was once asked the difference between popular and classical music, his reply was that there was no such thing as popular or classical music, there was just good music and bad music. While there are many wonderful classical works, there are some that are not worth the manuscript's paper upon which they were written. Conversely, as there are many popular songs that end up in the dustbin of history, there are many modern tunes that Mozart would have been proud to have written. Beauty is in the ear, as well as the eye, of the beholder, and the appreciation of a piece of music depends to some extent on the listener's culture and upbringing. To someone born in the West, for example, the music of East Asia is mysterious and possibly difficult to listen to, because its idiom is unfamiliar. However, once its context is understood and Western preconceptions about musical conventions are set aside, it becomes more accessible, even without understanding. All music has the power to exert an effect on the emotions. Listening to music is a psychosomatic experience that, as well as promoting harmony and peace, holds a power for inner reassurance and satisfaction which stems from deep within the human spirit. Many people would count themselves the poorer without it. We do not have to go into the science and philosophy of music to find the answer to our question. We simply need to go into our own souls, for that is where music belongs. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this audiobook, don't forget like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next episode.